Codex desktop app literally just changed the game forever. I don't do clickbait. So if I say those words, I truly mean it. I've been doing this for a long time. I've been dreaming about image generation automation. I've been trying everything you could imagine. I got banned from Midjourney 2 times trying to do this. So this has been a dream of mine. And without any promotion, no marketing, I don't even think OpenAI knows what they did. But Codex now, when I tried it, I couldn't believe what I uncovered. It still boggles my mind what we're about to do. Now, I haven't built anything yet because I spent the last 2 weeks making sure what I thought this was, it actually is. And it couldn't come at a better time. Just a couple weeks ago, Amazon told me that if I don't start paying them for ads, that they're going to cut my check in half. So this June is very likely that I'm only going to get half of what I usually get. No longer warning, no time to get it up, just like that. Gangster move, Amazon. I ain't one of these dudes who gonna go cry in the car. Ain't no crying in baseball. In this game, you gotta do what you gotta do, and I get it, but I'm gonna fight back in the form of success. Finding opportunity. It ain't 2025 no more. And in this new world we in, there's opportunity everywhere, and I'm here to prove it. Nothing bothers me more than when I hear people say that they can't do it. This is a long video, and I don't apologize for that, because too many people out there need to understand that you have the power now. You're the captain now, not these corporations. And it is my job to make you believe that. So this is what I'm going to do. You're who I do it for. I know it's only going to be a handful of people make it to the end of the video. And if you're one of those people, come down to our Skill Labs, come build with me, come prove that we have the power, not them. This is the future. This is going to work. We provide more opportunity with the use of AI. I can show you better than I can tell you. Let's go in. All right, so this is basically Codex desktop app. It's the same thing as ChatGPT if you use it just with chats, right? So when you open this up, first, a couple things I want to do. As far as installing it, I can't do that. Go find a video, learn how to install it, get it installed. But once you do, the one thing I will say is go to settings. Here on permissions, you're just going to make sure everything is on, and then you're going to click on configuration and make sure approval policy says never, to never run without asking for approval, full access on sandbox. All right. Then you're going to go back to the main window. Now, this is just like a regular chat window, right? This is going to be for random questions. You can stay in chat. But when it's time to do real things, I'm going to show you a way better workflow to use with projects, right? So when I first got in here, the first thing I realized was just in the regular chat, I actually told it to make an automation because I wanted to test it. I didn't even realize this was up here. Automations is up here, and you could click on new automation and do it this way. You give it a title, tell it what you want. Right here, you can say hourly. You could select a project or not, and then basically you just put a prompt in here, and then it'll set up that automation. But what I did is I just went to the chat, and I just told it to set it up, and it did. So it can set up your automations. I think it's better if you just talk to it, give it exactly what you want. And the first thing that I did was say, I want an automation that every hour, it's all gone, by the way. I wish I could have shown you, but every hour, wake up and do 5 prompts from a list. And I gave it a list. I told it, fill up this MD file with 50 prompts. So it filled it up with any 50 random prompts. I started letting it run to see if it would work. And this is what it did. And it ran, I think I had it running for 4 days. It just started making all of these. And background removed at that. Now, if you know anything about background removal, right, these are low quality images at 1000 pixels. But if you've ever dealt with it, you know this is phenomenal. Now, this was the old Codex, right? This was before the upgrade, before V2, believe it or not. So this was something I was doing a couple weeks ago and didn't realize the new models were coming out. I was testing this already. And I was very shocked that it was doing things with the background removed. But don't get your hopes up, because I ran into a problem, that it did not stay that way. It started actually getting worse. Promise you, if you think, oh, it just needs the right prompt, good luck. I did it for a day, and I said, it just needs the right prompt. No, it's a problem. It's inconsistent, so maybe it gets better, maybe it won't. I'm still not sure if I'm going to use it to remove my backgrounds. I hope I can, but I'm prepared to just have it put a colored background. Now, one other trick that we definitely can always do, as long as the background is its own color, you just tell Codec to make sure the color in the background is a color that's not found in the actual image. And then you can easily use freereadypixel.com, come in, remove the background. This is a very, very clean color removal. The only thing that's not free is the upscaler and background remover, but it is very cheap for a penny Every time you use the upscaler for $5, you basically get 500 upscales. For that, you can actually take it, remove the background, upscale it, and then also put a repositioner, which allows you to put it in the format that you need to upload. So I personally use merch, and this allows me to easily put it the way that I want it. And then you could do the same thing across, up to 100 images for free. All right, and that's what's really dope about this. ReadyPixel.com. It's free, and then we got some cool desktop app too that's free right now, and then we got a Chrome extension coming. So don't forget, if you need to remove that background or you need to reposition a bunch of images in bulk, come to ReadyPixel.com. So this ran every day, every hour for 5 days straight, something like this. It was amazing. So that was the original video I was going to make, was just that. Now, look, it's a quick part of it. This ain't even the main event anymore. But this let me know that this app, you can restart your computer and it will still have all the automations. They don't go away just because you restart the computer. It's always going to be there. So if you don't turn it off, this automation would have ran for the rest of your life. Right? Every hour, 5 images right on your computer. So this is one thing that shows you the power of what it can do. And then after that, I started messing around. I said, wait a minute, what else can it do? And I just typed, I said, you know what? I do print on demand. Give me some automations that could be helpful. And it starts doing these stuff on its own. And this is when I knew there's something special. So without me telling it much, it just made these automations every single day, 6, 6:30, 7, 7:38. And read the instructions. Oh, so one thing that I learned is I put the instructions actually in the folder of the project. So let me explain to you how this works and what I think you should do when it comes to files and folders. This is going to be a very important thing that I want to show you, right? So one thing you want to do is, let's say this is your organization. You're going to make something for accounting. Right? I got to work on accounting for my business. It's a print on demand business. So I'm going to do image generation, and obviously it's print on demand, so I'm probably going to do some niche research, right? And then I might have a store or two, or maybe I want to make a store, and we're going to put stores, right? So you get the idea. What you want to do is you want to have a very organized folder structure for all the things you're either doing or want to do. This is important. It could be something you do every day, like accounting. It could be you image generation. You make a folder for that, all right? And these folders are going to become projects. And the project doesn't have to be something you're doing. It could be something you aspire to do. I don't have a store, but I want to have a store. So I put that there now. And I'm going to show you how the best workflow is with this. So ignore what's here now, right? We're going to make projects. And then I'll get back to this because it's going to be a part of what I'm about to show you. So in these projects, ignore these folders. I'm going to say add new project, use an existing folder. And these are the ones we just made. So we got accounting, right? I'm going to make the same type of thing over here. And I want to mirror it the best way possible. So now in accounting, I now have here in my projects, I'm going to move accounting to the top. Ignore these other ones. All right. Then I'm going to make another one, use existing folder. And for this one, I'm going to do image generation. And I'm going to, any folder that I'm going to work on, I need it to be a project. And I'm going to move right that up and mirror that tree. And we're going to keep going. Use existing folder. We're going to go to niche research. Now we got our niche research project. Use an existing folder. And then we're going to do stores. Now, I don't have stores, but I want stores. And that's why I'm going to show you what this flow can do for you. And any even idea that you have, something you may have wanted to do for a long time, this organization is going to help you do that. So I got my accounting, my generation, niche research, and stores. Now, I want to show you something that I got to talk about. And if you follow any YouTuber in the world for learning AI and you don't want fluff, get rid of everyone you follow and just follow this guy. Jake Van Cliff, if that's how you say his name, I'm not sure. Stop building AI agents, use his folder system instead. This guy's phenomenal. I'm not going to say too much. If you need to watch one person to learn AI from, this guy. That's all I'm going to say. I'll leave it at that. So what you're going to see now is a system inspired by him, even though he's the guy you want to go to for this. I can still give you an example of what it did and what I learned and why I think what he teaches is hands down the best thing in the world. Each one of these is a project. And in every project that you do, you want to have an AI agent help you throughout that project, an agent that understands what you're doing in each project all the time. And that's where this really shines, because these projects here on the left are always going to have chat. So watch, you can start a chat with the accounting, and now this is a chat inside accounting, but you can make more chats, right? So for one, I can say in this one, I'd be like, I need to work on my taxes. And then you could put stuff in this folder over here. This is the structure. This is where you're going to control your accounting. Forget a dashboard. Your file and folders are going to be your dashboard. It's a way better experience. And you can take all your accounting documents and throw them in the folder here. And this way you stay very organized. And anytime you work on accounting for the rest of your life, you can have this folder here. Other question is going to be, what's the corporate law for starting a new corp or whatever? You want to start a new business and you got a second question. So now we're in the same folder and our AI wakes up in that folder. But what we're doing right now is kind of wrong. All right. We need to know what this folder is. This folder is a project. We are going to now use agents inside our projects. And a lot of people right now are going to say, but wait a minute, I don't understand agents. This is about to get confusing. So I'm deleting these chats first, right? So I'm about to tell you about AI agents. When people confuse you over it, we are about to unconfuse you. All right, stop what you're doing and do an experiment with me. And I'm about to show you what an AI agent actually is and how it works. An AI agent is just an agent that wakes up and doesn't know anything about you or what you're doing. It only knows what it has, the knowledge of the world when it was made. And then you have to tell it what it is and what it's doing. Anytime you use Claude Code, OpenClaw, Hermes, Codex, it's an agent. And anytime you're in a new chat, right? So look at this. This is a brand new chat window I'm about to open. The minute I type to that agent knows nothing about me or what I do. And this is actually, because it's Codex, it's going to have its own memory, but just ignore that for now. When you use most agents and they wake up with nothing in their mind about you or what you're doing. So what they do is they read a set of instructions when they wake up. So if you use OpenClaw or Hermes and it wakes up and it says, hey, last week we did that thing. And it says, oh, I remember last week. It's lying to you. It doesn't know what last week is. It has no sense of time. It's pretending, it's role playing. And whatever it did last week, it just read in a file that it did it last week. So do this experiment with me, and it's going to make you think very differently. All right. So we're going to do something called AGENT.md. We're going to open a text document and we're going to call it AGENTS.md. Get rid of the TXT. If you have it hidden or if you're on Mac, I don't know. Just get an AGENTS.md file. Do you want to change it? Yes, I do. MD is just a different kind of text file that AI loves better. Don't worry about it. It's just text. It opens like a text file. You put whatever you want in here. Now, AGENTS.md is what most agents wake up and try to read. They're taught to look for the AGENTS.md file. Now, they don't always read it automatically, but a lot of times they do, or you just tell them to read it, right? So an agent wakes up, it knows nothing, and it has to read this file. And this is what I'm going to put in here. It's going to say, you are a master baker. You bake with your human, right? This is meant to be dumb. You bake with your human. Use memory.md for all memories when asked if you remember something. Write to it when you make new memories, right? So we didn't make this yet. Use identity.md to learn about your human. I don't know. I'm just kind of freestyling this, right? So what I'm doing is I'm telling it to read about this and look at other files as well that I haven't even made yet. And then what we're going to do is we're going to make a file called memory.md. Memory.md. So now we got memory.md. And in this memory, we're going to say, yesterday we didn't get to bake cookies because we watched cartoons all day. Pokemon is still my favorite. It's still your favorite. I don't know if it's mine or yours, what it takes it, right? Last week, we baked purple bird cookies. We tried to make them fly and they fell on the ground. I don't know what I'm doing. Fell on the ground and broke. Jose still thinks it's because we didn't bake the wings. This morning, we weren't able to watch cartoons because Jose snores too loud. That's a memory file. All right, we're going to close that. Then we're going to do identity.md. And we're going to say, he likes when you are lighthearted, and end sentences with LOL. Save that. On agents, we're also going to put, you call him Sir Buckethead. Done. We now have these files in accounting, right? Claude Code actually uses something called Claude.md. So what I do with that, if you're going to use Claude Code, he needs a Claude.md file because that's what Claude Code wakes up. And he's different than other agents. And all I do is the Claude.md file is I open his read agents.md and follow it. So now what's going to happen? We're going to go back to Codex, right? We're in accounting. And now I'm going to say, yo, in this folder, we have these files. I'm just saying, yo, that's all I said. And let's see what happens when it wakes up. Yo, Sir Buckethead, what are we baking today? You see that? I don't know. It was a long morning. Let's see if it remembers about me snoring. That kind of morning can leave the countertop covered for you making. We could start tiny. Tell me whether you want to work, recover. So it didn't talk about what happened in the morning yet. What did we do yesterday? Now, it has no sense of yesterday, right? I'll check the project's memory notes for yesterday, Sir Buckethead, and I'll keep it grounded in what's actually written there. Now, it may not say this in other instances, right? Even if it doesn't say that part, the process is the same. The notes also say last week we baked purple bird cookies, tried to make them fly, and they broke because the wings were not baked. Strong baking science, honestly, LOL. It's reading the stuff and doing what it says, right? Now, because this isn't a regular AI agent, it's saying, well, I read the note. But an AI agent doesn't say that. It just reads the note. But congratulations, you now know what an agent is. An agent is just wakes up and reads the instructions. That's it. Now, let's see if Claude Code will do this. So I'm going to go to Claude Code. Let's do a new session. I'm going to open the folder, and we're going to go right back to that folder, accounting. And we're going to say, good morning. We're going to see if Claude reads it. Let's find out. Look at that. Good morning, Sir Buckethead. Those ovens are warm, the flour sifted, and your mastery baking ready to roll. What are we baking up today, sir? I don't know. What did we do yesterday? And what do we expect? Reading Memory MD. Oh, sir, yesterday we didn't bake a single thing. We were too busy glued to Pokemon cartoons all day. LOL. And honestly, worth it. Pikachu's still our boy. Look at Claude Code. Way more fun, right? Pikachu's still our boy. But now I'm staring at your aprons like, should we finally get back to the purple bird cookies? I still say their wings were fine. Your snoring just disturbed the doe's vibe. LOL. What's the move, Sir Buckethead? You see what just happened there? That's an agent. It wakes up, it reads, it follows. You can use one MD file to point it to other MD files to do different things. And it doesn't have to be in the same folder. In the MD files, I could put a folder that says memories. And then I could put memory MD in that folder. And then I can put right click, say copy as path. And then on the accounting, I could tell it, boom, now it knows the path for the memory. Right? So this can point to folders anywhere in your organization. And this is the secret that oh boy was talking about. You can learn how to have a whole operating system, and you can learn how to tell your agents where to go and when. And you just saw the example of how. They will follow these instructions. You could put prompts in these MD files. You could do whatever you want. You control your agent. Your agent does not control you. You understand what's happening. A lot of people will say, oh, my OpenClaw, whatever, I forgot what we did yesterday, and it made me mad. But you won't have that problem because you will be in charge of your files. You own your business assets, and you tell your agent where to go. Your agent doesn't go anywhere on its own. You control your agent. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is an agent right there. So what does that mean? It means you can have an agent MD file here in the main org. So I can do an agents MD in every folder. And every time it goes to a new folder, I say, hey, read the agents MD. And the minute it reads that agents MD, it is now that agent. It's not that complicated. Right? Somebody, oh, I got an agent for this. I got an agent for that. Well, guess what? Anytime you go to a new folder and tell the agent, read that agent's MD, now that's that agent. That agent in this folder is going to have memory files and skill files. And one thing that you should do, especially now before you go too far, is if I'm in accounting, what I'll put in agents MD is everything you do and work on, make a skill file for it. Anytime you learn something new or overcome an obstacle, update the skill file, right? So this gives it instructions to now make a skill file. And that skill file over time is going to just add to it. So every folder becomes an agent. This is where the power is. This is what you want to know. Every folder is a different agent if you want it to be. Now, here in your main folder, you can put an agents MD, and this is what I think you should do. It's like an orchestrator layer, right? So what you can do is, so that you don't have to do things individually, you come in, let's do another new project folder, use existing folder, and we're going to use that big print on demand folder where the big agents MD is, right? So let it know this is the main folder for my whole print on demand org. I want the AGENTS.md to describe what the goal of the org is. And I want each subfolder to be treated as a project that also has an AGENTS.md and supporting files. Interview me, read the structure, right? So because you already did all the folders, you're going to say, read the folder structure and interview me so we can populate each project with the proper documents to guide our AI agents, right? So instead of going through each folder, whatever, you could talk to your main orchestrator here in the main folder, has its own AGENTS.md, right? And he doesn't need to know the details of the other folder, but the main AGENTS.md should know what's going on with your whole structure. Be like, here's all the folders we have. So if you want to do an accounting, you go to this folder. If you want to do this, you go to that folder. And it pretty much orchestrates and understands, not in detail what the other things are, but it understands where they're at. So your agent wakes up in this one, it's going to read an AGENTS.md that lets it know everything going on in all the other folders. And then when it wants to go to the other folder, read another AGENTS.md, it then takes the position of that agent, right? So an agent can switch what it wants to know at any moment. It doesn't have to be a different agent waking up in a different folder. It can be the same agent over and over right here. Hey, let's go to that folder and work. It can do it, right? Because the documents is what matters. It doesn't matter what agent you're talking to. It matters what it reads. That's the game. But look, it's got all these questions for me. And once it's done answering the questions, it's going to hook up all those files and it's going to put everything as you want it so that the agents can navigate your projects and understand them. And this is where it starts to get fun. Once you do that, then you can start making any project you want become anything you want. You got all these niche research, stores, accounting, right? So image generation. So now a lot of people ask me, right? Well, how do you do this? I got to do that. I don't know how. So now it's time to pay attention. You're going to learn how. Anything you've ever seen me do with AI, no one ever taught me. I spoke to my AI. These are all the things we want to automate. Niche research, image generation, all these things, right? But don't wait around for anybody to teach you anything. You can do with these folders, right? I got niche research, accounting, image generation. You could do anything you've ever dreamed of and say, hey, I've always wanted to start a store. So I'm going to do that. But I also need to learn keywords. So let's learn about keywords. All right. What else do we need? Oh, I want to do uploading. We got to figure out how we're going to upload and put automation on that. So just make a folder. Start these projects now. All right. Oh, we got to do trademark checks. Man, I got to figure that out because no one's going to figure it out for me. So I'm going to figure out trademark checks. And the reason I'm making a folder is because we're going to make a specialized agent for everything you want to learn. Right? I want an agent, meaning the files, so that we can get better at time and learn over time everything that we're doing. Now, we're going to make sure, once again, that our folder structure here copies it. So I'm going to say, use an existing folder, and I'm going to go into keywords and make that a project. I'm going to go to trademarks, and I'm going to make that a project, right? And now, this is about to start making sense. You're in keywords, I'm going to do a new chat. Now, I don't know the first thing about how I'm going to tell the AI the keywords, so guess what you're going to do? You're going to talk to your AI. Hey, I do print on demand and I need to figure out how to automate the keyword process and incorporate it into an automated system. This is a big project. I've never done this before. I need your expertise and to guide me along the way. This project will be ongoing. Right now, you don't have to say what I'm saying. I'm freestyling. So don't look at this and be like, oh, that's what you got to say. No, anything you need to talk to your AI to know will be ongoing until we achieve our automation. And what this can do, then you can start saying, hey, let's make an AGENTS.md file discussing this. So what happened is you just started a keyword project that is going to be there forever. So tomorrow, oh, you forgot you started this and you're like, man, I don't really have time to figure this out. Do one prompt every day. Start talking to your AI. Now, while it's doing this, research is figuring everything out. You're going to come over to trademark. Hold up. Let me come over here to trademark and say, hey, same thing. I need to automate the trademark process for my business. Blah. Interview me, ask me questions. It's going to be like, what? You're not telling me nothing, right? It's going to think you're crazy. But what I'm showing you right now is that this can be here forever. These are things you're trying to learn. Instead of asking, well, I don't know how to do it, now you can just make a project and start talking to your AI. Start learning. This is the chat that is never going to go away. You wake up every morning and that chat is going to be right there. Your accounting is there. Your keywords is there. Your trademark is there. It's never going to go away. You have no excuses anymore. You start the project, you start learning, you start figuring it out. This is how you do it. Anything that I do, this is where you start. You start with a conversation, right? And then there's other things that maybe I would just want to try for the first time. Let me go to the stores folder and say, hey, I want to make a print on demand store to see if we can automate future stores, starting by building one good one and cloning it with different niches. Help me step by step. Blah, you know what I'm saying. Help me step by step to accomplish this, right? So I never made a store before. We're about to start. I don't know the first thing about where we're going to go, but this is going to slowly get me there. And this is a mentality you got to have. Imagine you got a team of people. I say, you know what? This is my crew. We've been working together. Let's work together. Once you focus on keywords, you focus on trademark, you focus on uploading, and we figure this out. And that's all you got to do. And look, I spoke to my thing so much. I don't know how to do automated upload. I used to use flying upload, right? But all I did now is go to uploading and you just start talking to it. Hey, this is what I got to figure out. This is the website I signed into. Can you check this out? Can you help me figure out how to do this uploading thing? And look right here, let me say, try another test right now. Because I was working with it on how to upload to Amazon. I showed it the website. I just started giving it all the information that it needs or that I think it needs. And I'm not going to get it right, but we're going to have a long conversation. And it's going to say, but I can't do it without this. I'm like, oh, I didn't think of that. Let me give you this. And it's going to ask questions. We're going to get it wrong. You're going to fail. But you keep going and you keep trying and you don't stop till it's done. And you're going to learn along the way. You can't do automation if you don't even know how the first thing works. Right now, it's clearly taking too long, but I'm going to tell it, hey, make a skill file and see what you learn and upload the skill. It didn't pick anything there. That's a fail, right? So I got to tell it, hey, you forgot to pick the extra products. I need you to read that selection modal that popped up because when you saw it, you didn't notice that there was 3 check marks missing. I need to make sure that never happens again. I need you to update the skill and do whatever it takes to make sure that that doesn't happen again and that we do it correctly next time. You understand? And look, it's going down and it's doing it based off what it learned so far, right? And this is the game. It's not perfect, but we're going to make it perfect on the next prompt, or at least we're going to keep prompting more and more until it actually works the right way. That's it. You just don't quit till it's done. And look, it's just going to go do its thing. Right now, I'm not going to sit here all day because I've been doing this. It'll be a long video, but it's going to keep going. And maybe it messes up. If it does, I'm going to tell it, this messed up. It's not there yet. Let's keep working on it until it works perfectly. Until I could tell you to pick 2 colors and then you test it. Go upload just blue and red and see if it doesn't. If it fails, be like, hey, you failed. Update the skill to figure out what we did wrong. Make sure we don't run into the same problem twice. And you just talk to your AI. And over time, this could be Etsy, this could be Creative Fabrica. It doesn't matter what it is. It's not, it just figures it out with you. And you got to put in that work. You got to put in the time. And this can be, like I said, a little bit every morning. Do a couple prompts. Every morning you have your coffee. Before you do something, you come in a Codex. You just do a couple prompts. Look, it's saying build a POD store blueprint. And it just got started. Choose the store model. It's saying, hey, let's do this. Right? And man, I lost the store. I was going to show you the store it made for me. But then you're like, man, this is cool. It's making a store. You know what I want to do now? I want to build dashboard. So let's make a project for the dashboard to look at all of this. All right. And now that I got the dashboard, I'm going to open Codex. I'm going to say new project. And I'm going to use that dashboard folder. And I'm going to say, I want to make a dashboard to be able to look at our image library. All right. We don't have one yet, but it's going to happen. So now I just wanted you to show you that. We didn't even get into automation yet, but this is powerful. All right. Now this is going to make a dashboard for us. It doesn't matter what the task is. It's a project in your life, right? It could be, hey, I want to learn how to play sports better. Give me some pointers and do some research on certain things, right? This thing can research for you. And it just doesn't matter what you're trying to do. You start a project. The point is, there's no excuse anymore. We're in the future, and this AI can teach you anything. And we haven't even got into what we're going to do for automation yet. So I'm going to show you now, when it comes to automation, what we're going to do in order to change the game of print on demand. So the next thing I want to talk about is JSON files for this image. We're going to make an image library. And I want to talk to you. I saw a couple months ago, there was a video on YouTube about the JSON format. JSON, JSON, is a type of file that coders use to talk about the project, right? It's information that computers like. It's an easy file for them to read, like MD files. So another thing besides prompting that you can do is you can take an image, put it in Nano Banana. This is how I saw it 2 months ago on YouTube. I'm surprised no one ever talked about this. And say, make a structured JSON right here. Can you give me a structured JSON format of the design in this image, right? And what this does is it writes a file with very detailed ways that you can't misinterpret, right? Theme, Cinco de Mayo, style, colorful, flat, background, black, target audience. Then it says typography, happy. It's talking about that one word. It says the style, it says light blue, and where it is. And look, it's just talking about this word right now. And as you scroll down, it's going to talk about Cinco. Now it's going to talk about this word. And this is how it goes through the whole thing, right? And what this is going to do, so now I'm going to use that JSON file. I gave it the JSON file, and Nano Banana does what it does, so it gets annoying, right? I don't know why I made it like mushed, but look, the cactuses are in the same location. The guitar is, and I changed it to cat from sombrero. So it put a cat because I changed it to cat to see if it will work. It shouldn't have put the sombrero, but you see what I mean. The layout is the same, right? And I even put it in Grok, right? So I put it in Grok, and you see Cinco de Mayo. Look at the layout, very similar. Not exactly, but because it's a JSON file, it knows where to put things. It's a way more accurate thing you can do, right? And so I did it in ChatGPT, gave it the same file, the same JSON. Look, same two cactuses. It's a hat, as close as it can get. And then I told ChatGPT, hey, change it to a Valentine's Day theme. So instead of looking at an image, it just looked at the JSON file. Right? It says the transformation is mapping, and it just looked at it and changed the words to match a Valentine's Day theme. And I just copy and pasted the same exact JSON file, and look what it made. Look at the structure. Instead of cactuses, it's roses. And this instead of that. Instead of sombrero, it's a heart. And the words are similar style. And that's the power of the JSON format. But the JSON is even more powerful than that. By the way, this one did it too. You see Grok did Valentine's Day too, right? But it's even more powerful than that. What I found out about JSON files is that they can also hold information about anything, right? Not just the design. It can have context about if you Amazon listing, it can hold the BSR information, the title, the context about it. The JSON file becomes all the information you can imagine about that image. And we're going to use that file all the way till it gets uploaded. And then we're going to get the sales and everything. So the lifetime of that image now can be represented in a JSON file, right? So this is where automation is about to become a game changer. There's power in this. When it comes to analytics, instead of having a million images to say, hey, look at all these and waste all those tokens every time it reads it, instead we're going to make JSON files. And I'll break down how I did that. So now in my org, I actually have here something called image generation, JSON image library, right? Now look at this. Every image has a file next to it. The file names are exactly the same. So the JSON file, oh, look what it did. Remember I asked it to do a dashboard? Look what just popped up without me even trying. This is the game, y'all. This just popped up. I said, I want a dashboard for our image library, and it just built this. Obviously, it's empty. There's no images, but this is how easy it is. I'm not going to say easy because it's not going to work perfectly, but now you could keep prompting it, right? So let's look. Wait a minute. It just built that for us, and I completely forgot we even did it, right? Look, and here it is. It just started talking to it. It says step 1 for us. It's ready to go to the next step. Come on. Y'all, look what's happening here. I'm just sitting here talking to you, but the AI is taking it very serious. It's working. It works while you're doing other things. So now back to the JSON library, right? So what this is going to do in the future, it's going to be able to have AI analyze the JSON files. And the bigger the library you get, the more you're going to say, hey, what makes a winning design? And it can analyze all the top sellers and actually look at it. There's something called AI vector, not to be mistaken with SVG and vectorization. It's a different thing. And we're going to add AI vector to it, which actually reads the design and what it looks like on the canvas. And this is the way I spoke to ChatGPT. It ran me through this. And this is how we're going to now have AI actually understand design the way humans understand design. This is going to be the silent hero that changes the game. These JSON files, wait, I can't prove it now, but you're going to see, are what allows the AI to run this business better than a human can, because we can't analyze what they can. This is going to be able to tell us what winning designs have. And you're going to be able to say, hey, there's a new trend called 6-7. I want you to go to the JSON library, or I want you to get all of the top selling, phrases, and I want you to see how you can combine the 6-7 with all those top sellers and make sure you use top selling compositions on every design. And it's going to be able to do that. This is the future, these JSON files. Now, let me tell you how I got this library. So here in image generation, we got intake. So I made an intake folder. And in that intake folder, I'm going to put a prompt, MD. Now, here's the reason I'm putting the prompt in an MD file, right? Because when you're in Codex, it's real cool to use automations in here. But if you notice, this automation is a good one, right? It says, this is one I told it to make 5 automations. It says, run the offline hobby identity merch print on demand workflow, research current public signals from TikTok communities, blah, blah, blah. This is an automation it made on its own. It said, go do some research on TikTok and then come back and make 5 images. By the way, I forgot right here, GPT 5.5. Make sure you can, after your automation is made, you could change things here about when it does it and everything and the model that it uses. Now, here's the problem. If something happens tomorrow and I want to start using a different app, it's a lot of work to do this, to take this prompt and put it somewhere else. So the secret is, instead of putting a prompt here, so instead of all this, it's going to say, wake up and read automations.md and follow instructions, right? And every automation is going to say that. Because this automation, we don't want the information to be in the app. Instead, the information is going to be here. So now we're going to put automation.md. So this is an MD file for automation, right? And this is where we're going to put our prompt. So our prompt is going to be in here. Research, blah, 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 blah. We're going to pretend there's instructions there. So now what's going to happen is automation MD, you're going to go to Codex and says, wake up and read automation MD. Okay, it was S. So now this is going to do and run that prompt. Because the prompt's not in here, it's in our folder. And that means if you want to change the prompt, you change the folder. Now why this is valuable, because now I can go to Claude Code and say, you know what? I don't like the way Codex is doing that prompt. So you go to Claude Code and use routines, which is the exact same thing. You're going to hit new routine, right? Local, and we're going to do the same exact thing. Select folder. Guess what we're going to do? We're going to choose that folder, accounting. Right? And we're going to say, automation, blah. Or we're going to say, wake up, read automations.md, and follow instructions. Right? You see the power of this? We're running an automation in the app, but the app doesn't own the automation because this is work. This prompt, you're going to work on making it better. You're going to work on making the perfect prompt. The last thing you want to do is have it live anywhere other than your files and folders. You control your files and folders every step of the way, and you will never care what new, app comes out. We want Codex as an image generation, but what if Gemini comes out with a desktop app and Nano Banana 3 is better than that? You know how much work it's going to be if you have 100 automations to transfer them? But now if you have a folder system where everything is understood, and now in AGENTS.md, by the way, we're going to say for automations, read the automation MD, blah, blah, blah. All instructions here. Leave no room for interpretation. So let's say Gemini comes out with an app. You open Gemini and you say, hey, Gemini, read my folder structure and make sure that our automations are running on the desktop app. And Gemini will know exactly what to do. And in just a few minutes, it will organize all the automations in a new desktop app, and you just keep running with your business. All right, that is the power of the folder and file structure and how we're going to use automations and keep everything organized. Very big issue. I had so many, y'all, I'm going to be very honest. I wasted more time this year than I've been productive. This is why I'm making this video. I don't want that to happen to you. Take my pain and learn from it. I wasted more time this year than I was productive because I was chasing the shiny objects and I didn't find that guy's YouTube. And I would have done so much better. And this is the way to go. In order to make the JSON library I told you about, it's going to be very easy, right? So I'm going to do a new project to make sure I'm in the right folder. So this is my intake folder. And in this folder, we're going to say, we're going to make an automation that checks the folder for images every hour and read automation.md and follow instructions. All right, every hour. All right, 5.5, blah, blah, blah. That's going to make the automation, right? So now what we got to do is here in our intake folder, we got to make sure there's an automations.md. So it's going to read that, MD, all right? And guess what we're going to do here? So here we're going to put the prompt. Every image you find in the folder must be processed. Processing an image means making a JSON file describing the design so it can be replicated. The image may have other elements such as mockups or other things. Just get the design. If there is any other context you can use to help understand why this design was chosen, please add to the JSON file, right? So now, this is just a rough version. It's going to be like, originally you would probably, the way you would really do this is talk to the AI, tell AI what you want, and then have AI write this automation for you. I'm just showing you to make it fast and easy to understand. But normally what I would do is go in this folder and talk to my AI. Okay, this is what I wanted to do and get that perfect prompt. Image intake hourly. I'm gonna delete these other ones because I don't need these, right? So I said make some things it did. I was gonna use it as an example just to show you how easy this thing is, right? This thing thinks for you. Look at it. Gallery wall aesthetics, research current public signals from TikTok, Pinterest, Etsy, Reddit. This went all in. I didn't tell it to do any of that. It just, I said, make some automations for print on demand, and that's what it did, right? So now when it these designs though, we don't want it just making whatever style design, and that's where our JSON library is going to be very helpful. So now we have an intake folder and we have an automation that says take whatever is in here and we're going to look at whatever images wherever they're from. It could be from Pinterest, it could be from Amazon, Etsy. So I could come in here and say, let's look at bestsellers, selling fast. Let's look at things with no reviews, right? Put t-shirt. Okay, look, 3 people bought this. Nice, cool design. And it doesn't have any reviews. So that's a pretty hot item. So we're going to just download the file and it knows, boom. So I download the file and then we're going to just put that file in here. Now we could put 1,000 files in here. Now it's going to process it and make a JSON file out of it every hour. It's going to open that folder and it's going to make a JSON file and put it with the image side by side. I probably not because I didn't prompt it right, but I don't want to waste too much time, but trust me, it'll do it. And that's how, if you put 1,000 images in here, it can now build a JSON library out of all those images, right? You're not going to make this image again and copy it and take it from someone. You're going to use it to make something similar from it, and this way it knows that this is hot right now. People are liking this. We want this in our library. And like that, this JSON library is going to change the game, but that's going to be another video. You're going to see the power of having AI understand the history of t-shirts and why people buy them, the context in it. It's going to change the game. And with this system, don't forget, you could do personalization too, right? We can do, have a custom business. You can go in here and make it so they bring the images. Anytime you make a sale, it could check your email and then say, check the email. Anytime a customer submits their image, you make a folder for that customer. You put the image in there and you automatically, the AI can know you're going to make a system that says this is the output. When you're done making the image, you send it back to an email. You give it to me to approve so we can send it back to the customer. It can do all of this for you. Right? Remember, you just put in AGENTS.md and then you talk to your AI to make that AGENTS.md file have the best instructions. And every time it wakes up every hour, searches for any orders and gets to work on those orders. Right? You can run a customs business with these automations by learning how to point at what folder. Anytime you see something in this folder, so you can have one folder, email checker, right? Business mail check. I don't know. I'm just making stuff up, right? And in here, you're going to run an automation that checks your emails, right? And it finds every time there's an order, it'll make the order information, you teach it with the right AGENTS.md file, the right instructions, it'll make the right information. Then you go to other folder, we made personalization, and then you're going to say, check that folder for images. Right? Because you don't want one folder doing too much. Remember, every folder is going to be its own agent, and you want your agent to excel at that one thing that it does. So you want one agent that's going to get stuff from your email and put it in that folder. Then you want another agent that's going to look at that folder and say, that means I got to do something to that image. It's going to do the thing to that image. Then you get another agent that says, I need to check for images that are done. Right? And the reason you want to separate every step is because you're giving the less responsibility an agent has, the more it can excel at that one thing. So you want agents that are the greatest at that one thing. The more you get an agent too much to do, the more it can mess up. But if an agent has one job, it tends to do very good at that one job. Right? So you're going to have one agent that wakes up, you're going to have an AGENTS.md, a skill file, you're going to do all of that, like I showed you. Right? And everything in here is going to use automation. You want to edit images. Oh, I forgot. We got to edit the images. So we're going to do, image in here. We're going to make AGENTS.md that's going to talk about, I'm misspelling stuff and everything. I'm just trying to show you guys so you can see. And in this file, it says we need to map all the image editing websites so we can automate image editing, blah, 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 whatever, right? And that's it. And now you have an agent that's going to work on that with you, right? And you're going to talk to this agent in the chat and say, hey, let's get a skill file going. Let's make sure that in this folder, every time you know that this is to edit image or to learn how to do it on certain websites. And that's going to be your agent for that task. All right. And you can use automation every day. If it's not done, you can have an agent come in and say, hey, I want you to check this folder every day. And I want to end-to-end test, right? A task is not done until you do an end-to-end test. End-to-end means it actually opens the website and tries it, right? End-to-end test with every task. So now it says you're not done until you can go on a website that I tell you to and edit an image front to back without my help. That's what things looks like, right? Now, I'm just kind of freestyling this, but I want you guys to see that there's nothing you can't do. There's nothing you can't start. There's no excuses. There really isn't. How can you possibly make an excuse when you have a tool like this? You have no excuses, y'all. And this automation stuff, the way we're going to use it for everything in ads. By the way, I got to mention Amazon Ads API, right? So what happened is people were asking me how to do this. Now, here's another thing I want to talk about. Amazon Ads API, if you're going to work on ads, Etsy ads, anything, find out if they got an API. This API is something you have to apply for in order to be able to automate your ads. Now with AI, do analytics on that too. So this API is very important, but it can be a little complicated to get. Now I got approved for this API. You got to sign up for it and get approved for it. And people ask me, what do I do? How do I do it? And here's the crazy part. I don't know. And this is truth. I'm being very honest with you. I don't know how you get this API. But how does it make sense if I got it, right? And here's the answer. I don't remember because I was following instructions. Have you ever used Google Maps to drive somewhere? And then somebody asks you, yo, how you get there? I'm like, I don't know. I was taking the right way, so I didn't look at the street name. I just went right. I just went left, right? And this is what happens. And I'm going to show you what I do in order to achieve anything. What I'm about to show you is this phenomenal secret, top ancient secret level, ancient civilization knowledge on how to get things done with AI. You ready? There's something called a screenshot. And on Mac, I think it's a little harder. On PC, I just hit new and I say, boom, check out the screenshot. All right. Now, once you got a screenshot, I'm trying to get an Amazon Ads API approval. I have no clue how to do it. I'm non-technical. I'm slow. I'm stupid, whatever you got to say, right? Just let it know. Look, I got issues with this. I really need on how to do it. Please help me get my Amazon Ads API approved. And you're going to make a project folder. And look what I'm about to do. Here's the secret trick in the world. Bam. You paste the screenshot. I promise you, I don't know what I did to get approved other than here's the screenshot, tell me what to do. So now it's going to look at the screenshot and tell me what to do and stuff. And even when it says, hey, press this button, I'm like, yo, I don't see the button it's talking about. I don't know what it's talking about. Screenshot, here you go. Every single time it gets confused. Screenshot, show it to AI. Now it says, yes, we can do it slowly, one at a time. Amazon said, blah, 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 big decision first. And now it starts telling me, you need to decide which type you are, direct advertiser, right? And it's giving all this information. I'm not reading it right now. And it's going to tell me what to do. For data question, use this. And then when it's done and then I get confused, take another screenshot, show it to it again. It's going to say, click on this. You clicked on it and you can't find what it's telling you. Take another screenshot, show it again. I promise you, I have taken over 100,000 screenshots since I started AI. There is no excuse. Show it to AI. Even when you don't have to. By the way, here's another page. Look at that. Oh, yeah, I know. I don't worry about that page. That's what it's going to say. I don't worry about that. Skip that. I'm just showing it everything. I'm lost. I don't know what to do. So I'm going to just give it a screenshot and let it tell me what to do. And I promise you, this is how I got approved. I don't remember. I just followed it. Gave it a screenshot. Tell me what to do next. That's the game I played. That's how I got approved. You know what I'm saying? And this is going to eventually be able to do everything. Amazon dashboard. I want to control the dashboard. The dashboard automation. Automate price changes. Things like that, right? So in there, I'm going to make an AGENTS.md, or I can come in here, make it a project. Amazon dashboard automation. As if now I'm in the new project, and we're going to say we need to be able to automate price changes in my Amazon account, and boom. Now you got a project folder, and you're going to take your time and do what it takes, and then just work with it until you achieve success. This is the game I'm playing. I'm not holding any secrets. I'm holding 0 secrets right now. 0. I just don't know what else to tell people. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is a phenomenal, beautiful thing that you have here in front of you. This is the most powerful AI situation we have had to this day. And it kills me inside when people are like, I can't figure it out. Just try. Talk to your AI. Use screenshots. Use a file and folder structure. Use MD files to tell your agent what to do and when. You have that power. Remember, purple dinosaur cookies. Your AI is not baking anything, but you can make it think it is. You're in charge. You are smarter than this AI when it comes to running your business. Use AI for what it's good for. All right. And I just can't stress enough. Man, it's just, you could do it all, y'all. And it gets to the point that, I don't know. So, you know, there's so much more that I could tell you. I'm just going to kind of chill right now because there is a lot more. When it comes to niche research, I'm going to show you a couple more things. And when it comes to data collection, I was going to do it in this video, but I feel like this is already too long. So I'm going to make more videos and we're going to talk about how we're going to automate niche research. That's going to be the fun one. Automating niche research, data collection, and analytics is going to be the most powerful thing we could do for print on demand. And we're going to do it. And we're going to be able to make new websites with everything that we do. We're going to have libraries. We're going to be able to do all kinds of things, you know, and the future is going to be easier, not harder. You got to understand that. But, you know, Amazon's acting crazy right now. I'm not going to sit around and wait for Amazon to tell me how much money I'm allowed to make. They messed up with that one because now I'm like, okay, you're going to force me to make more money. That's all you're doing. You're pushing me. No platform dictates my income, all right? Especially not now, not with AI around. And that's how it's going down. So I hope I wasn't too out of, you know, I hope that this made some sense to y'all. Let me know in the comments. If you got any value, please like and subscribe. See you on the next one. So for today's free giveaway, we got Glamimals. These are all high quality, upscale, background remove, completely free, giving away. Do what you want with these. You could download these and sell them. Do anything you absolutely want. I thought these were hilarious. Like, I made this pack and I couldn't stop. I just made as much as I could. Was 346 of them. I think there's plenty here that you could work with. I think I'm gonna throw some text on these and see if I could use the new Codex to maybe run a automation on these and add some cool, funny text and kind of just let Codex do its thing and see if it could come up with funny things to put on it instead of me directing it. That's a cool little trick that I'm going to try. And yeah, this should turn out really good. This is probably one of my favorite giveaways I've done. It's just, I see a lot of potential in this. And yeah, I hope that you guys should definitely use it. Now, this is in my iScale Images website, which you find in the iScale Labs community. You come in here, come down to iScale Images for access. You click on it, and right here, you will access the free images. So if you got any value out of this, please like and subscribe, and I'm going to see y'all on the next one.